Right, so it's Job 20:4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite for but a moment. So as Esau is conspiring to take down and completely try to eradicate the Negroes, Hispanics, and because that's all that New World Order is all about, man. Taking away his the thorn in his heel, man. All right, and what comes to mind as I make that statement, the thorn in his heel, is where it's talked about in the book of 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter and the 9th verse, where you had Esau being born first, and his heel was being held by who? By the man Jacob, who was the progenitor of what? The Israelites, man. All right, so in Esau's mind, if he gets to eliminate his number one threat, which is the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, he's gonna feel like he's gonna be all right. All right, but see, what's gonna happen is he ain't gonna be able to fulfill that, man. He's not gonna be able to wipe off the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans off the earth. Now, what he's gonna do, all right, and when he's so-called triumphing over, he's actually just fulfilling what the Mosai is prescribing in Zechariah the 13th chapter and the 8th verse, and he's gonna do that by way of the storm, as spoken about within Revelations the 12th chapter. I think it's around about the 12th verse, where it says therefore shall the flood come after the woman. All right, talking about how around about the times of 70 AD, right? During the Flavian dynasty, you had it where all of them jakes that were in there, right? They were ransacked. It was besieged, okay, by what you knew as the Flavian dynasty, man. And what did we do that time? We fled into the interiors of Africa and so on and so forth. Now you go to the modern day interpretation of that, whereas Esau is going to do the same thing, but this time we ain't going to be fleeing to North Africa or this, that, and the third. The Mosai is going to deliver us out of those, out of that situation that we're in, man. Out of that situation we're going to be in. But the guys are going to be getting their heads chopped off and this, that, and the third are going to be the 2/3, man. So although he's triumphing, he's going to triumph over that because he's still, killing off Jake, but those are the wicked Jakes, man. All right, now, look, the scripture does talk about certain guys that are off this truth, being partakers of that judgment, okay? Right, because the Mosai has it to, the Lord had to go through that, man. But really, he became the first, was it the first fruit of death? Something to that effect, okay? Because he was able to conquer death. All right, and in so doing, you had the prophecy in the book of Thessalonians where it talks about how the ones that that lose their lives on these things, they're gonna be the first ones on them chariots, man. All right, so hey, man, either way, the men of the Lord's gonna be all right. Okay, so it says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of a hypocrite for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds. So though his what do you call it, his buildings and his inventions, although it reaches onto the clouds, okay, really he's going to be, what does the scripture say? Though his excellency went up to the clouds and the heavens, his head reached onto the cloud, yet it shall perish forever like his own done. All right, and that's dealing with the fact that when we get into the kingdom, the Most High is going to completely, eliminate Esau, man. Right, the Most High is going to have it to where Esau is completely, done away with, man. Okay, there ain't gonna be no Edomites left, man. Now I quoted Obadiah too many times today not to go into it. I'll start from Obadiah the 3rd verse. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. What's the principal pride of his heart? Believing that he could get away with destroying the apple of the Most High's eye. That's the principal part of his pride, man. Let's check the time right quick. Okay, that's one of the main points of pride that he's had. All right. And other things like pushing forth his wickedness, right? All of them things there were examples of his pride, man. Right? But that pride has deceived him. And also what comes to mind is the fact that he's actually going to he's going to just fight against the chariots of the Most High. He's going to fight against Michael and the angels and all of that, man. He's going to fight. He's actually going to fight because his pride is going to have him believe that he's actually going to prevail against them, man. But we know through the scriptures that he's not going to prevail against them, man. That it's just his pride that's going to prevail against him. That his pride really has prevailed against him, and it has deceived him, right, into believing that he can fight up against the celestial powers that are going to come upon this earth, man. Right, so it says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. So it says, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that goes to show you that's talking about Esau, because Esau says in his mind, who's going to bring me down to the ground, man? Right, who's got an army as such as great as this, that, and the third, man? Okay, because that's Esau's mentality, man. That's his forte, man. That's that pride that he has. Okay, what army is so great done disarm. All right. So it says, "Hey, whose pride, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down." Because at the point when the Most High had it to where Esau tried to, he so-called went out there into the outer space and so on and so forth, that's when the Lord started bringing his power down to the ground, man. So it's lucky. Let me just see how much time's left on the tape.
God, man.
All right, man. You good, Jay? All right, man. I hope he does. All right, so 17 minutes. Okay, so let's count now. All right, that's cool. All right. So it says that thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Okay, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, right, would they have not stolen till they had enough? So you got Esau going up into these different countries, and when he takes, man, there is no end to his greed, right? He just goes and takes and takes and takes, man. All right, and that's why you have that statement. If thief, hey man, you might get a thief come up in the night and all of that, man. You might just take this, you might just take the expensive watch you got on your so-called dresser and that, and he's gone. But you might still have the telly there, or just to give that example out there. But when Esau rolls upon the people, man, he takes everything he takes them for everything that they got, man. All right, which is the nature of this man, because this man is greedy, man. Okay. Right. In fact, what he's trying to do is he's trying to obtain the earth, but his blessing, which is the soil, which really the earth, right? That's our blessing, man. That's why you got the statement within the book of 2nd Esdras, where it says, "After these I have also whom thou hast created and made Lord over all the creatures, of him come we all, and also the people whom thou hast chosen." It says, if the world be made for our sake, why do we not possess an inheritance? And the simple answer to that is this: we went on from the Lord's statutes, commandments of the Most High. All right. Now we're in a situation where the Lord's taking us out of a position of power, serve judgment underneath our oppressor, our enemy. All right. And in so doing, the Most High is elevating how much righteousness is going to be when the scriptures is flipped back around the correct way. When the scripts flip around the correct way, man. Where you got the rulers being rulers and the serfs being serfs, man. All right. Let me get to the point on this one. So this is Obadiah, and I'll go straight to the point now. Which the point is in the 18th verse. In the 17th verse it says, "But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions." So we're gonna take the so-called possessions of these different nations, man. Right? Their gold, their wealth, their women. We're gonna take all of that, man. All right, the best of that too, man. We'll leave you with the scum and so on and so forth. But you're gonna deal with the scum, because we're gonna get, you gotta do your thing too. All right, but the scripture talks about how the earth is gonna be at rest when we get into when we get into power. All right, because it makes sense when the wicked are in power, the earth is at unrest. So it makes sense that when the righteous are in power, the earth is gonna be in rest. Okay, so these heathens are gonna be in rest, but they're still gonna be subjects, man. All right. So it says, "Upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and they shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble." And what you do with stubble, you're gonna find out. You burn that, man. Okay. And notice it says he didn't mention no other nations other than the house of Esau, because all of these other nations, they're gonna they're gonna exist. They're gonna but they ain't gonna co-rule. Okay, they're gonna exist as subjects, man. All right, which is what we exist as to them right now, man. Okay, that's why the scripture talks about how the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans have become a byword unto these different nations. Moab come up here and he does better than you. He took in all kind of madness about it, because that's within the scriptures, man. Right, that's a fulfillment of that scripture. All right, so it says, "In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, right, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken." So there ain't gonna be no Edomites remaining, man. Okay, there ain't gonna be no Edomites remaining, and that makes me think about when you take down a particular group of people, man, and when you take them down, you breed them out. Well, the Most High is not only gonna do that, right? He's also gonna have it to where once any remnant that's remaining, they're gonna be the fulfillment of that. The scripture is gonna take place, man. They're gonna be for stubble, man. So the remnant that's gonna be remaining after 1,000 years of breathing you out, any remaining is gonna be bound and burnt, man. And what makes me think, I'm thinking about them elites, man. Because we ain't gonna allow them no pleasure, man. Not even in having children. So any of them that's remaining, they're gonna be not remaining anymore. All right. So back in the book of Job, the 20th chapter, and the 4th verse, it says, "Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung, and I also which have seen him shall say, where is he?" So all of and I believe the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, says that the best way, man. Okay. First, it's gonna be like, "Have thou become as weak as we?" Right? That was like the midpoint of his of him being brought down, and the final chapter of him being brought down right to the way below the ground to the point of ceasing to exist, is the fact that these heathens gonna be like, remember that man that made the whole earth to tremble? Where is he, man? All right, he's gonna be a distant memory, man. Okay, a distant nightmare. Okay, it'll be like that nightmare you had 10 years ago. You'll be like, what nightmare? I don't even remember it. All right. But I know I had restless sleep that night. Okay, so it says here, "Yet shall perish forever like his own dung. I also which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and he shall not be found." All right, it says, "He shall not be found. He shall be chased away as a vision of the night." All right, and I also which seen him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place anymore behold him. Right, his children shall seek to please the poor, but his hands shall restore their goods. It says his bones are full of the sin of his youth, right? And which shall lie down with him in the dust, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth. And that's another clue as to who he was speaking about, man. Because when these elites, man, when they go on to these different countries, man, when they be fulfilling that wickedness, man, it's sweet within their mouth. They take great pleasure, right, in bringing down a particular kingdom, right, or a particular people, right, or a group or we go out there into the Iraqis and they're taking all of them oil, or Iran and taking whatever and this, that, and third. They have great joy in that, man. They take great pleasure in that. And they took the greatest pleasure in taking down the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. Its wickedness is sweet within this man's mouth. That's why he can't stop himself to do wickedness, man. Right? He can't savor to do wickedness. He just has to be wicked. He just has to do it. Okay? He just has to be about that wickedness, man. All right. But the Most High is gonna but the Most High set him up, because I believe the scripture says not only if the wicked be increased, it is for the sword, but it also said the Lord has created all things for Himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of adversity, man. So when that day of destruction cometh about, right? The Most High is gonna have that day of destruction come about, because He created the people of destruction, man. The people that was gonna have to be destroyed, man, which is Esau. Okay. All right. So it says there. How are we going? Oh, you cut your hair off.
How you doing, man?
All right, man. You alright, yeah?
I did it for the Israelites.
Sorry?
The Israelites. I've been reading it. It says you have to cut your hair and keep it short. Are you?
Yeah. You also you have to grow your beard.
I'm trying to get a beard.
Yeah. All right. You can't shave. You can't eat pork or anything like that.
No, I haven't. I've been eating low lamb.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's good, man. Not sleeping with brothers, women's, and all that. No, that's adultery. Okay. You can't eat shrimps. Yeah, can't eat shrimps. Oysters. You shouldn't be eating no oysters or anything like that. What other prominent laws come to mind? Really, you gotta get into it and read it, because there's certain things. I can't think it off the top of my head. But if I was in that situation, I'll think, oh no, I'm not supposed to be doing that. All right, but look, I'm just gonna finish up now, innit? So, I'm getting on with what I was dealing with. So it says here, Job 20th chapter and the 8th verse. It says, "He shall fly away as a dream of the night, and he shall not be found. He shall be chased away as a vision of the night." Who is he talking about? You should know this one.
Sorry, what was that?
It said he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Esau, man.
Esau.
The Most High is going to destroy Esau, remember? All right. Okay, it says the IOC. You know more than IUIC, man. Okay, you know more than IUIC. You know, so you can pat yourself on the back for that one. Right? Yeah. If you don't know, don't worry about it. But for the people at home, they're gonna laugh at that. You know, it's a joke. Okay. So his children. What was that? I was at the 11th verse. It says, and his bones are full of the sin of his youth, right? And they shall lie down with him in the dust. So the sins of his youth, right, is all of the wickedness that Esau did from his inception, and really goes back onto you know what's going on down there?
What is going on?
No, I was going to ask you.
No, I was going to go down there and have a look.
Well, you go have a look and then report back.
Yes,
you know. All right. So it says, though wicked, his bones are full of the sin of his youth. Okay, going back to Cain and Abel. You all right there, man? Yeah. Where you from, man? London. No, I'm saying, what country you from? Nigeria. You're an Israelite, man. You an Igbo? Yeah? Alright, man. You know what the word Igbo means? It means Ibar. It means Hebrew. Okay? Alright, so the bones are full of the sins of his youth. Okay? Which goes back onto Esau from his very inception. Right? From Cain and Abel. Okay? He did that wickedness where with Cain killed Abel. Alright, because that spirit of Cain, that spirit of wickedness, man, that spirit of Esau was upon it, man. So it was within his spirit to kill his brother, man. Which was indicative of the times that we was gonna live into, we was gonna live in now, man. Where you got to where Esau will be killing all kind of jakes, man. They be, like it says, wickedness is sweet in his mouth. They be rejoicing when they do that stuff, man. They'll be enjoying that, man. That brings forth. In fact, they did do that when you go into, I forget the name of the book, but they had it's a popular book, man. Right? It's hard to get, but it's quite a good book. And within that book, you got all kind of pictures of when they was lynching jakes, man. All right, and they made postcard of the thing. So you might make a postcard of a football event these days, or anything that's prominent in all of that. They made sport about that because they enjoyed it. You right there, man? Where you from? Ghana? Yeah, you're Israelite, man. All right, man. All right. So it says there. I was saying something off the top of my head now. I forget. But basically, you had it to where certain postcards were being made of the events, because that was like an evening's entertainment back then, man. To take a Jake out. Well, that was the evening's entertainment, man. Okay. Right, to take a date out, they would make whole kind of postcards and send it to one another. So that was entertainment to them. And that goes to prove to you what? That wickedness is sweet within Esau's mouth, man. He can't stop himself to do wickedness, man. He enjoys that. He takes great pleasure in doing so, man. Now he might come forth as with the suit. You know, he look like he can't harm a baby or anything like that. But in the back of his mind, he's thinking about war, man. That's why the scripture says, no, something to the effect of, though there was talk of peace, swords were drawn, man. Right, war, when though his words were smoother than butter, right, yet swords were drawn, man. And that's Esau. When he came forth to the Native American Indians, he came forth speaking words of peace and this, that, and the third. But ultimately, what did he do, man? He brought forth some crafty wickedness, man. He killed off all of them natives after they done taught him how to live. All right, but that goes back onto that ancient Native American a parable, so to speak, where it talks about how if they had if there was a woman and she nursed a snake, all right, and then she nursed that snake back to health, and then the snake bit the woman, and the woman asked the snake, "Why did you bite me?" Because it was in his nature to do so, man. Just the same thing with Esau, all right. You help this man. Right, all he's gonna do is try to usurp you, man, because it's in his nature to usurp, especially Jake. Okay, it's in his nature to usurp Jake, man. Well, pretty much with that, I'm gonna say, "Oh, praise unto Yahweh, Shimmy outside." Double honestly, apostles of GMS. Honestly, brothers will be pushing this truth in sincerity, man. You see, this thing is popping off, man. I don't know what done happened down there, but it looks like something major done happen. Okay, right, Shalom.